Good evening, world. This is the Fellaz Sports Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Trey.
And I'm nappy.
Now let's get this started. So, I don't know if you heard, our boy Joel Embiid got
Yes,
injured. How you feel about
yes.
that? What do you think?
I think it's a huge blow to Philly. I think they could potentially be in trouble, which it's great that you actually brought it up because it kind of makes me wonder, like, does the league
Hmm.
or sports teams in general underplay injuries? Because they're saying that, like, what they say was like a light knee sprain,
Yeah,
bruh. A light knee sprain does not exist. Okay, that hurts.
big
Okay,
time, big
there's
time.
no amount of time to really say that 2 weeks and he'll be back up and running.
Hmm.
We've seen it in the past with the whole Durant. Oh, a light calf strain.
Yeah,
Dude popped his Achilles, and they try to downplay it. So I don't like the
100%.
fact that they're saying that this could be, just a minor setback of two,
Mm,
maybe 3 weeks. I think he's out longer, and the longer he's out, the more it's gonna hurt Philly. Because right now
100%.
he's their backbone. I mean, he's
Mm,
also in MVP talks. So when you take out a player who's in MVP talks on a team that's doing well with him in the lineup, there's no one who's gonna fill his shoes on that team as it is. So I think Philly could potentially be in trouble if he's out longer than I say even 3 weeks.
all right, no,
I mean, he'll come back. He'll
yeah.
come back, and they'll get back into payments. But the 3 weeks is
Yeah.
important.
No, I agree with you for the most part because the thing is he has a history of injuries, right? And this was like one of the first year he was actually doing well. He seemed like it might not. He came back in shape, basically. He's rarely in shape. This is one of the few years he's actually been in shape doing his thing, and he still gets injured. So I don't really know. I think that even if he does come back within the next couple of weeks, by the time the playoffs come, he's probably going to be. This happens every single year to him. It sucks because he was having an amazing season, but I think even though they said it's a light or a sprain of the knee, I don't believe it just because whether it's his back, whether it's his knee, whether it's dehydration, whether he just has a history, and I think that that's just one thing after another. Plus, you know how the body works. Even though it's a light sprain, your body overcompensates. So whether
Hmm.
it's his knee now, and then if he tries to rush it back or whatnot, it's gonna probably, knock on wood, be something else. Like again, like Kevin Durant or whomsoever.
Preaching
Um,
to the choir, brother.
there you go. So I think that this actually somewhat ruins their chance, even though I didn't give them a huge chance. I think that this is the nail in the coffin because once his injuries come back, I don't see him. I think he's gonna come back for the playoffs, probably even before the playoffs, but he'll
Hmm.
definitely be back before the playoffs. But he's gonna probably end up being out of shape again or something else where it's gonna be his track record always, whether he's out of shape or injured. That's what I
And
think.
keep in mind though, even when he does come back, they're not going to throw him out there for 30 some odd minutes a game. He's going to be on minute
Mm,
restrictions. He probably won't play the back end of a back to back.
exactly.
So these are things that are going to affect his rehab into trying to get back into the same form
Exactly.
pre-injury. So,
That's
and
what I'm
like you said,
saying. Out of shape.
there's always that added stress of,
Mm,
all right, he's back, but what else? Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Right now, the focus is on getting that knee strong, but
Mm,
you're working on that knee, man. It could be the wrist, it could be a pinky, it could be anything that can go wrong. And again, I don't wish
yeah.
anything bad happened to him because he's a phenomenal player. I don't wish bad on any player, but I'm just saying
Exactly.
with his history and Philadelphia, in I
Yeah.
mean, I hope for the best. I hope he can come back and be strong. But
Yeah.
as a team goes, this is a huge blow for them.
Yeah, pretty disappointing. Extremely
Yeah.
disappointed though, because I was still liking what I was seeing, even though I believe whether he's there or not, I think Nets would have taken them out.
Hmm.
But this I even though they say it's a small injury, I think that regardless the way his body is, if he sits out for 3-4 weeks, he's gonna be out of shape. He needs that constant playing, and with that not happening, it's as good enough as a wrap for me. That
I mean,
I think.
did you see the video
No, I
of his
didn't
injury?
watch it. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I only.
I saw it, and when you see it first, at first I thought it maybe stepped on someone's foot, but
Yeah.
Man, when that hyperextension or hyper whatever happened when he went
Yeah,
backwards, I was like,
yeah,
ugh.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that don't look like to me.
I
I don't care
believe.
how big or strong you is. That does not look like to me.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Again, once they say sprain, I've been through it. I believe you've been through it as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a different type of pain, man. It's that. So no, again, he might come back. Knock on wood, he does, but I'm pretty sure their season is over. Whether they make it to the second round or even the third, he's not going to be the same. I don't believe so. So, but we'll see. We'll see. So, with that being said, who do you think is going to win MVP?
It's still up for grabs right now, man. Just because
Yeah,
one guy's out doesn't mean it's automatically going to somebody else.
yeah.
You
But
know,
who do you think right now the
uh,
best odds? Who do you think has the best odds to win?
I mean, if I'm gonna look at how I, I, I mean, LeBron's in conversations, Curry's in
Definitely
conversations,
as well. Yeah.
Embiid's in conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to say that even though I'm not his biggest fan, if things go well for the Lakers and he pulls up numbers he does without AD constantly
Mm-hmm.
being there, I think it could fall in LeBron's hands.
Yeah.
Um, right now I don't see Giannis because the
Yeah.
Bucks are,
Everyone's tired of him winning MVP and not winning anything else. So
you know
yeah.
what I mean. Curry's playing some of the best ball I've seen him play
But the
in
team, yeah,
the longest time. But let's be honest, even though they
yeah,
just beat Utah,
yeah, nice.
um,
On his
you know,
birthday.
exactly. So it's
Yeah,
like, but still, you might make the playoffs, but
exactly.
how deep will you go? I don't know. Sorry, Curry. Again, for me right now, just the way it was going, I was gonna give Embiid a lot of that credit too, because like I said, he's
Exactly.
in beast mode.
Yeah.
But this injury is a major setback, and I think it kind of pushes um, LeBron possibly as a front runner. If Harden's rejuvenated self keeps going the way he's going,
Mm-hmm.
he could also be in talks, and maybe he finally gets his MVP. You know what I mean? Instead of getting snubbed again, because I'm not gonna lie to
Well,
you.
he did get one. He got one.
Yeah,
But
but I
yeah.
mean, there's been others he's been snubbed
Oh,
on
big time. Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
other.
Runners up
You
for
know what I
like
mean?
2 to 3 years in a row. So yeah.
So in this case, if he continues the way he's going, he can stay healthy and playing at the level he's playing at, supporting a team that's missing not one but two of their stars.
Yeah.
And they do well, continue to do well in the season, and finish as one of the top at least 4 or 5 teams in the league in general. I think
Yeah.
he could also walk away.
Come snatch
Walk
it.
away with it. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not
That
knocking him out.
that's actually a good one. The thing is, Harden, he's playing amazing, but since he has such strong teammates, especially the way Kyrie's still playing, like right now you could see that it's Harden's team, but Kyrie is still playing some amazing basketball. So
Yes, he is.
it's difficult to actually give him an edge as of yet, but I think LeBron, I think by default, even though he was up there as far as already in the runnings, but once Embiid right now, if he's out for 3 weeks, 4 weeks or more, it's pretty much in his lap, unless the Lakers literally go downhill.
Mm-hmm.
I think LeBron got it, but Harden is a good one. I just can't see them giving it to him because he has so much help on that team,
Mm-hmm.
especially if Durant does come back and they're still dominating. Like I can't see much else changing. But
For sure.
yeah, I think LeBron right now is the front runner, which is not really a crazy take, but I think that I think he might be on the verge of winning his fifth. I believe that would be. So yeah.
Well, it's that time of the month, that time of the year.
Mm.
That madness is about to begin. Today was Selection Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I haven't filled out a bracket. You filled out any brackets?
This year, I probably won't. I don't think I will. I haven't been following it that strong, man. To be honest.
Neither have I. Okay, I can't even lie to you. I
Yeah.
haven't been following it. Again, there's just for me in sports this year, this last full year, I've
Mm.
so been demotivated to watch anything just because I'm not able to play it. It's not that I'm
Yeah.
angry or mad that these professionals and college students are not able to play it. It's just I'm
Yeah.
just not motivated to watch or follow.
Mm.
But it is still the madness, so I still will create a bracket, and I'm gonna create like 2 or 3 and just
Okay.
start clicking away and hope for the best and see what happens. But what I find
Mhm.
crazy about it is how now Duke is out
Yep.
for the first time since 1976, and
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Yeah. 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 I know
That's crazy.
that. I know.
1976 though.
But they suck this year. The little bit that I did watch, they suck, bro. Know what team?
Regardless,
I know,
it's like
but that's what makes the whole this pandemic thing crazy, because a lot of things are happening that we've never saw happen before.
for
So
sure.
it's difficult for me to be taking a lot of these games serious. Or come on, Duke and Kentucky,
Hmm.
and it just so happens that it's a pandemic year. Like something's up, man. It, I
it's
don't know. And
it's
then
true.
but Gonzaga, Gonzaga, that's the team. Put that on top of your bracket. Each bracket you have, all four or three of them that you fill out, they're serious and they're real. They're a real
I
team,
don't
bro.
I don't knock it because if I
Yeah,
do my usual three brackets for
yeah,
sure, in two of those brackets I'm going Gonzaga as far
yeah.
as possible. But there will be one bracket where I'm taking the 16th seed to knock out a number one. You never know. It's the
You have
madness.
to. You have to.
It's
That
the
that's
madness,
the
right?
point. You have to, especially this year where there's no fans really. There's nothing that changes. So a lot of people are going to be out their element. A lot of people are going to be having no disrespect to Paul George, but the Paul George mindset of being away and being secluded. So I think there's going to be more upsets probably than we've ever seen. It's all about the mentally strong. And think about it, the more mentally strong kids will probably be the 16 to 15 teams, because they don't get no love regardless. Like
Exactly.
they're used to no one being at their games. So they might just end up dominating a little bit better. Just saying.
So that being said, I got to give a shout out to St. Bonaventure, my uncle's alma mater, making the tournament. They fell in at the number 9 seed.
Yeah.
So in my brackets, because my uncle went there, big things over there. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be going for them as far as I can. I mean,
No,
they are facing LSU the first round, so that's gonna be a tough matchup.
definitely.
But
And
hey, like you just
LSU
said,
is pretty nice this year. LSU is pretty nice this year. The thing is Bonaventure always are an upset waiting to happen. Like they've been consistent throughout the years, so they're a quality team, regardless of what year we're looking at. So I wouldn't put it past them even to beat LSU, even though LSU is quite good this year. I can't lie, I didn't think they were going to be that good. They're actually pretty good this year. Like I said, I haven't been watching much, but I've been keeping a little bit up to date, like on certain
just
teams.
recently
So
for me,
yeah,
I've only recently started looking. I was like, oh yeah, it's true, the madness, and then
yeah.
everyone's like, oh yeah, you doing the tournament, watching? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it for sure.
No,
There's no doubt that I'm
definitely,
not gonna watch it.
exactly.
But as far as following it goes, I can tell you. Which
Yeah.
it got me thinking too. I want your thoughts and opinions on it. Do you think the NCAA as a whole could survive by branching north of the border and coming to Canada as well? I'm talking all sports, not just basketball, not just football, not just hockey. I'm talking
That's
any
all.
sport that's part of the NCAA. Could they move north of the border,
So,
expand their divisions north of the border to include Canadian college universities?
is this any specific province, or are you just saying pretty much just throughout Canada?
Wherever it could possibly work best, Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver,
Because I can see it. That's what I'm saying. I can see it. But again, I think the best thing, what they should do, which if this were to ever happen, they'd probably start off with one,
Mhm.
and through that one university, there'll be such an influx of talent that they'll have to, you know what I mean, entertain other
Expand.
places. But I think it could. I think it could, especially if they do it slowly.
Mhm.
Have it just again probably in Toronto, most likely, and you'll see kids from here, Montreal, Ottawa, Saskatoon, everywhere trying to get into that specific school, which will naturally, again, like I said, there'll be an overload of talent, which will be demanding for other places to get. So I think it can work. I do. How about you?
I definitely believe it can work. It'll
Mhm.
be a slow process naturally.
Yeah,
Like you're saying, maybe starting off small might be the better thing to do versus trying to, say, listen, every major city in every province, if you got a major school, we're coming NCAA for you. Maybe that might
exactly.
not work. But I feel that with all the talent, again, we have here in Canada, I don't
Mhm.
see why it's fully necessary for Canadians to have to necessarily go to an American school to further their profession in whatever sport they're playing.
Mhm.
You know, I feel that if they bring some of that here, you bring even some Americans might want to come up north of the border to
Yeah,
play because they couldn't get to whatever school. I think it's great. For one, it betters the competition.
definitely.
You know, it'll give people, you know, something to look forward to. For me, like knowing that I can go into any one of these colleges here and see some dude from Serbia, a local kid from Montreal, a guy from Saskatoon, and a guy from States playing for this college team. Like, you
Yeah.
know, it's a little more fun knowing that they're playing these American schools that are coming up, and then these Canadian schools are going down.
Yeah.
I think it definitely could work. I don't know what it would take to get it done.
Mhm.
Obviously, we're not in those positions to make that decision, but I've always just been curious and wanted to ask you how you felt about it because I feel that it could definitely work.
I think we've seen, as far as the talent, I don't know about the notoriety, but even somewhat the notoriety, but we've kind of seen it with like our prep schools that different places have started, even in Montreal here that we have. And then there's throughout Canada a bunch of prep schools that go travel to the States all the time to play, and they do really well in these
That's
tournaments.
for sure.
So we definitely have enough talent. It's really about it's the other things. That's why it always comes down to the other things. It's can we sell out a stadium again, an auditorium just of basketball or just of whatever else sport? Remember, these institutions in the States are 50 years, 60 years, some
Hmm.
100 years going. So they have generations of loyalty to whatever school. For us, we'd just be starting, so it would be trying to build a community or something around this. That's why I agree with you, and like I'm saying, we'd have to probably start small, just to whether again, if even if it's in Ottawa, at least you'll have people from Ottawa and Montreal and different places just trying to support it. And then once that happens, you could try to maybe start building other places. But if not, it'll probably just be, scattered, and it'll be difficult to really have some sort of loyalty unless you know someone going there. So
All right. Well, I still think we need to get it done. So hashtag NCAA to the north. Let's
I
start that
agree.
trend and get it going.
I like it. I like it. Especially one major school. If we get one major school, imagine the amount of talent that will be trying to get into that school, regardless
Right.
of sport. So
Right.
I definitely think we start off small, and then I guarantee you it'll boom. So I agree with you. Hashtag NCAA to the north. Is that what you
That's
said?
right.
North? North?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Okay.
right.
North. I'm like, so yeah.
North. Up. That's north.
That's
uh,
goes well too much. But yeah. Uh,
uh,
oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh,
and then I don't know if you saw too, Mr. Drew Brees.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's not even a sad day.
No.
No, no, no. I'm happy
Yeah.
for him. I think he's taking the right time. He might even be a year or two late, but he's taking the right time. Like he's 20 years playing football. That's pretty dope. Um, yeah, and he still seems in shape enough. His last couple of years he hasn't been the Drew Brees, but what can you expect? He's definitely had an amazing career. I think he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Actually, I'm sure he'll be in the Hall of
Yeah.
Fame.
Definitely going to be in the Hall of Fame.
So you can't really ask for more. He won a Super Bowl. He's done just about everything. It's dope. It's dope though. It's just crazy, and I think I get see where you're probably going. It's just crazy the end of an era, as well.
Exactly. So
So
another one of the Titans is, it's calling it
definitely,
quits because, like I said,
yeah,
he's 20 years in the league. So what, 16 with the Saints?
yeah,
I mean, he put in his time, and he had one hell of a career. So just wake up and see that bang. It's like, yeah, no, I'm calling it quits. It's like,
yeah.
dang, you didn't even really think about it. Like, not even one more, just one more for the people. Like,
I
people didn't even
mean,
get to see you in the stands. You calling it quits? Would
no, I feel you,
you
man.
pulling a
But
Vince Carter? Like, all of a sudden, not pandemic hit. Not I quit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on,
think
man.
about it. All right. It's like you're working a job, and then you're planning on quitting on Thursday, but then there's a snowstorm on the Wednesday. It's like, yo, I
I'm not
quit.
coming in.
So like, I quit. So that's kind of what it is. He's like, listen, man, it's a pandemic. Can my family come to see my games? Like, I'm done, man. Just, and he's over. So
I'm joking around. I mean, I'm not knocking it. Kudos to him. Congrats on Hall of Fame career.
yeah.
It's only a matter of a couple of years now before he gets inducted.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Dope. And
did
that
the thing,
just
man.
gives you definitely kudos to him. But it gives you so much more respect for what Tom's doing, though. Isn't it crazy?
It's nuts.
This man, he is, it's crazy. You gotta salute him, man. Whatever him and LeBron are on, you gotta give
Yeah,
it credit.
I was honestly just about to say that. Whatever regiment
Yeah.
they're on, they need listen, patent it if they need to, but they need to share that because this is just ridiculous. Like I forget sometimes that LeBron is 35, 36?
Yeah, 36.
A year younger than us.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, what's true? Like, man, I mean, I know, we're not LeBron, but it's just like when you think about it, it's like the man's a year younger than us, but he's playing like he's still in his mid to late 20s.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I feel
you know what I mean?
And that's what's crazy, man. Like you said, mid to late 20s, and that's definitely mid. Like the way he's able to get up so easily, it's only his demeanor more that you see his age rather than his skill level or his athleticism. Because you'll see him like, you know what I mean? He'll look a little like old, but the way he plays, it's like, nah, he's it's crazy. And same thing with Tom Brady. Again, looks a little old, but when he plays and everything else, it's like this dude, these guys,
it's
man.
an art, bro. It doesn't make any sense. They're painting on a canvas that no one else has access to, and it's retarded. It doesn't make any sense. It's nuts.
Yeah, definitely commendable, bro.
Nuts.
It's commendable. But remember, they spend like $1 million something each year on just their health regimen. So they definitely found the fountain of youth. But it's definitely you. the map is laid with money. That's how it is.
They spent $1 million. I spent $10 at McDonald's. Call that a healthy meal. You know what I mean?
There you go. So, what's your opinion on Myers Leonard's situation? He threw out some hate speech, which was a derogatory remark towards the Jewish community, and he was suspended now, fined $50,000, and he offered up an apology, basically saying he did not know what the word meant. How do you feel about that?
All right, that's exactly how I feel about it. Listen. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of tired of these athletes and celebrities going out there, whether they're playing video games or having chats and backgrounds with that and the third, saying all kinds of rubbish, and then it gets leaked out there, and then like, oh, I didn't know. Man, you knew exactly what you were doing when you said it. Yeah. There's no denying it. Don't sit there and tell me you didn't know what the meaning of that hateful word was, because you knew it. You knew it well enough to say it.
Yeah.
You're not a 2-year-old kid who's just randomly hearing things. You're a grown man. You're a grown professional who's in the eye of the public. Bro, you're on Twitch. You didn't learn from that NASCAR dude?
Bruh. I'm saying.
Come on, man. How do I feel? I think $50K in 1 week isn't enough.
Exactly. Plus, he's already injured.
He's not playing. He's not playing right now. So it's like, give us $50K in 1 week and you're okay. Listen, nah, man. I forget who it was, but I think it's a hockey player who reached out to him and said, "Let's have a sit down and
no, Cowboy. Is it? No, Patriots. What's his name?
Edelman.
Edelman, yes.
Yes, sorry, my bad. So Edelman reached out to him and, said, oh, let's have a sit down talk. And I think that's a big move because it's not the first time Edelman has done it.
Not at all.
But that shouldn't be the reason why those two are having to sit down talking and to conversate. This shouldn't be the reason why. Yeah. You know what I mean? And bro, I'm sick of it. I don't know about anybody else. I'm hoping everybody's sick of it. But I'm sick of these people out there who are on social media and all this stuff, going out and saying these things, and they want to backtrack and not even really fully apologize, just basically saying, I didn't realize I had said something hateful. Like, okay, you didn't realize. So where's the I'm sorry part? You know what I mean?
No.
He's going to see counseling. Oh, come on, man. That's all rubbish.
Exactly. No, I fully agree with you actually. Again, salute Edelman for that. I like the stance he takes because he rather give knowledge than just fully just throw somebody
Hate on him.
away. So
Exactly.
I actually respect it, but I think that it's come to a point where, like, even when you hear how he said it seemed like it took him a second to even say it. It seemed like it wasn't even a natural. Like, when someone will throw out the N word, but that's just the way they talk. For him, it was just that was just a sideways word. Like he was just like you, like it was. It took a second. It wasn't a natural, and that's I don't know. I don't. I think that the NBA let him off too easy. Um, I don't know why, but they definitely it seems like they did. He should definitely be fined more. He should
For
be
sure.
I don't know when his suspension is going to take place, whether it's once he comes back, but even if it is, I think he should be suspended maybe about, I'd say minimum about maybe 3 weeks. Something that's going to actually hurt him and hurt his pockets. 1 week is like maybe a game, two, if things get back to normal. If not, then that might be about 3 to 4 games. But if things get back to normal, that might be 1 or 2 games at most. Nah, man, make him feel it because the amount of ignorance, no one can tell me he doesn't know what that word meant. It's not a commonly used word. So
On top of it.
that's what I'm
You know
saying.
what I
So
mean? It's like
it makes no sense how you could say you did not know what it meant because you must have heard it somewhere and you must have heard it in some sort of a way for you to use it as an insult at that. Um, I don't know. It bothered me, but it bothered me more on just the lying aspect at the end, in which I feel is a lie. I don't know his truth, but I feel as though it was a lie, saying you don't know what it meant. At least
come on,
say
man.
I know what it meant, but that's just the way me and my friends talk or play, and I realize I'm wrong. Something, but take responsibility. Don't tell me you don't know what that meant, bro. You knew what that
Come
meant.
on. You're a
So
grown man, bro.
yeah.
Grown man. Again, you're not a 2-year-old child who's hearing
Mm-hmm.
stuff from off the streets or stuff that parents may or may not be saying or
Yeah,
whoever is saying it. You're a grown man. You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like you've been around long enough to know what a lot of words mean, and you can't sit there
Yeah,
and tell me that this one word escaped you because it
yeah.
didn't. I'm
Especially you
sorry.
said it in a disrespectful, like you said it in an insulting way. Like it would be one thing if he said like, "Hey, what's up?" Like then you'd be like, "Okay, he clearly doesn't know what he's saying." But no, he said a swear word followed by that word to insult somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, you knew where you were going with it, man. So I don't know. They let
No,
him off pretty easy on that one.
it's just like what's his name, JeremyLin,
JeremyLin.
playing in the D League,
Yeah.
being called coronavirus.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah,
man. Like
yeah.
some people, yeah, people need to grow up. Let's be real.
I
People need to
agree.
grow up.
I agree.
I don't feel it's right to pin it on anybody
100%.
at all.
Oh,
We're all in this together. It sucks for every single body.
a
But to
hundred
sit there
percent.
and try to play a game and think that you saying that to him, like you
It's
know what I mean?
ignorant.
Like
It's just
why?
ignorant. It's
It's
ignorant. Like it's a hundred
you know what I
percent
mean?
ignorance. It's racist. It's so many different things. No, it's wrong. There's no accepting of it, and the whole point is that we. I don't know. He never said who said it to him.
Which
So
I
therefore,
actually I commend him
yeah,
in certain ways,
yeah.
but at the same time, it's like maybe you should out him.
Not,
You know,
but
I'm on the fence. You know what I mean? I'm like maybe put him in his place
yeah,
because who knows who this person is?
and
What if
that's
something was said to
why.
that person?
Mm,
You know what I mean? And then how would he feel if the shoe was flipped? Like you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
and but that's why it's difficult to actually I have my basis opinion on it. My base opinion, like it's horrible, wrong. The person needs to get suspended or even more fined and all these other things. But since I don't even know who the person is, it makes it difficult to really pause, but lay into the like really say, because I have no clue the person, the background, why they would. There's no good reason to say it. Like he should never
there
have
is
said
none.
it. But since JeremyLin just said someone said that to me, like someone said that to you, it's wrong. But I need more to fight with, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. Like I would just like to know so I could actually be like, this dude's an idiot. He's been an idiot. He has a history of it. Who knows? But I don't think that he's necessarily helping anybody by keeping this guy's secret.
True.
That's kind of what I'm trying to say. Like We don't need that type of hate. So it's better to get the bad apple out rather than spoil the whole bunch.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of JeremyLin, you think he could ever make an NBA comeback? I mean, he is an NBA champion.
Yeah, pretty much. And he is an NBA. Well, yeah, he played the bench pretty strong, but I feel you. Yeah. But
I'm not knocking you, Jeremy. You are a good ball player, but do you
no,
think
definitely. Hey,
an NBA comeback?
Yes, I think he could. But I don't think it'll be on a significant team or a significant role. He might get a. I think he's playing with the Warriors right now in their G League.
G League, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be on a team like the Warriors, where at the end of the day they're not really playing for anything. So let them get a couple of injuries or a couple of Corona breaks.
He might get called back up.
He'll get called up, get a couple of games in, and even play until the end of the year. But it's not going to be on a team where that's going to be making any noise. No, his career is for the most part done. He might get a couple more years out of it, but it's his significant time in playing are all behind him, in my opinion. How you feel about it?
I say bring back Linsanity. Bring him back to New York, right? Let him do his thing. JeremyLin ain't over.
Really? Really?
All right, so he might be on that fence. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the Tom Brady, LeBron James
budget
regiment.
Yeah, really.
But I think if he were to come back and be on an NBA team, it's definitely not going to be any contending team.
Okay, yeah.
Especially for the rest of this season, it won't be a contending team. It may be as much as it sucks to say, an injury-riddled team that would need his services. Like, you know what I mean? So,
see, the problem with JeremyLin is that definitely a good player. Never take that away from him, but he never really established his position, whether he's a two guard or a point. And with that being said, it's like he can score, but he's not an elite scorer. He can pass the ball, but he's not an elite passer. So he's an all-purpose type of player where you'll put him on a team, but he's not really going to get that type of starting spot again, like when Linsanity
well, not
happened.
Anymore. Yeah,
but that's
sure
what I'm saying.
Anymore.
He's not going to really get that chance, especially with a guard-dominant league as it is now. Before he was in like that in-between phase in like 2014, 13, 14. And that was like when it was transitioning. The forwards were still the top. Now it's guards. And since it's so strongly guard dependent, there's no way a team is gonna, I wouldn't say build around him, but there's too many good guards to have him not coming off the bench.
My question wasn't could he come in and take over somebody's spot? It was just, do you think he could make it back on an NBA team?
No, and yeah, I think he could. I don't think he could play a huge role on a winning team. I don't think he could.
Again, I don't think contending team, period. I'm thinking, and again, not to knock the teams, but I'm thinking the bottom feeders. Again, or an injury-riddled team. That's where I think his services, based on his particular set of skills taken, he can do his thing. I'm not gonna say he's gonna necessarily help the team and they're all of a sudden gonna turn around and be the Cinderellas of the league.
Like when the insanity happened.
Basically.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that. Pretty much bottom feeders, or if like I said, the Warriors do make the playoffs, I could see them calling him up just to have that extra scoring punch, because they have some scorers, but they might need more. Definitely if they try to if they're going to make the playoffs, they're going to still need it. And I think Lin can score. I just don't think that, again, he's positioned himself enough as whether you're a scorer or a passer.
Mm-hmm.
I think
all around.
Exactly. But let's talk about our Canadian players. How do you feel about Lou Dort?
Montreal represent. First of all, I'll be honest, I was never really following him all that much. I didn't really follow him much in college. I've seen, like, listen, we got, we know some of the same people's on social media, and everyone's posting stuff. never really followed him. But once he got to the NBA, once that defense started to show, and once he started showing that Lou the Beast,
Yeah.
and I've been following and watching and seeing what this guy's doing. And listen, keep doing what you're doing, Lou. You definitely. There are other players too who are putting Montreal on the map, but he's putting Montreal on the map. And this guy's defense is just nuts, man.
Yeah.
I would hate. Remember how we always used to talk? There was always, when you played on a team, and then you had your starting five, and everybody was good. But then there's always that one dude, whether he was a six-man or maybe even a starter at times, that one dude who played the craziest defense and was always in your face, and that's the dude you hated the most.
Yeah, definitely.
That's Lou. That's Lou, because he'll guard anybody.
Yeah.
And do a great job at it.
100%. I fully agree. Lou Dort's a beast. I've been following him like pretty much since college, since high school, out here, because again, he was one of the top players. Then he played in the BioSteel game and all these, when you're watching. And so I saw a little bit of his come up. Then when he went to college, he was dominating. I'm surprised that did he get drafted? I don't think he went second round or something like that. Either he didn't get drafted or he went second round, which he should have been first round. That's how good he was.
Which tends to happen with Montreal talent. Just saying.
No, I'm just saying he should have went first round, which he didn't. And then what he's doing. The thing is, I'm happy for him. He's beasting. No, he didn't get drafted. He got signed to a 2-way contract, I believe, afterwards. So yeah. Long story short, he's beasting. Like it. He's showing his skill. I just can't wait until, whether it's with the Thunder or with another team, I can't wait until he's able to show his offensive ability. Because he is a beast, and he's not able, because when they bring you on, they want you to specialize in something, and that's how you're going to get your playing time. So he actually came in as a professional. He understands, like, they need a defender, I'm going to be a defender. And that's what great players are able to do. They're able to just adapt their game. If y'all don't want me to score, I'm going to find my way on the court some way. So that's definitely what he's doing. But I don't think that the world or even the team has seen the team probably has, but the world hasn't seen his offensive ability. He is a beast. And he's just extremely powerful. Like, he's one of those guards that could actually, if they actually give him the ball and give him that mind state of you do what you gotta do and create, he could bully some of these guards big time and get that bucket. But right now, bro. That's what I'm saying. But right now they haven't given him that, that key of just play your game. But once they do, and hopefully they do, or at least he gets on a team that will allow him, I guarantee you he'll be a budding star, like, in the league easily. That's how talented, that's how much faith I have in his offensive ability. He's that much of a beast, bro.
Bring him to Toronto. Let him play with Boucher. You know what I mean?
Right. Boucher, another one.
Before you know, we be calling them the Montreal Raptors. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I ain't mad at that, man. We're already representing them. I don't mind just.
You know what I mean? Might as well.
Over. Definitely. No, Montreal's definitely coming with some great talent. But we've been too. That's what I'm saying. We've been, so that's just dope. Never bring up Khem Birch either.
Khem Birch.
Khem Birch as well.
Khem Birch, what's funny about it to me was that, like, I've always heard his name, but again, another one of those guys that I really didn't follow. How I actually really truly started following Khem Birch was his mom.
Okay.
I'm there at work one day. I'm chilling, minding my business, and there's this lady there. Everyone's talking. Oh yeah, did you know that her son plays in the NBA? I'm like, who's her son? Because when I'd spoken to her, like, it was never, hey, just so you know, Nat, my son plays in the NBA. It was never one of those conversations.
Yeah.
One of the nicest ladies I've ever met, just general. So when other people come and tell me, I'm like, Wendy, you didn't tell me your son was Kevin. She's like, yeah, it's my son. I'm like, oh, snap. Like, I've heard enough stuff about him. Like, you know what I mean? And again, another one of those guys who would just slip under the radar.
Exactly.
And then built a name himself. And he built a name himself in Orlando. Like,
yeah, exactly.
He went from 2-way to 10-day contracts to 2-way contracts to signing a bigger contract.
Exactly.
Again, he's not one of those guys who's going to drop 40 points a game.
Yeah.
But he'll play hella defense.
Exactly. A skilled player. Not everybody's going to be the, you know what I mean? the 30-point a game, but you need those players that are going to play defense, get some rebounds, be the heart of the team. Exactly. But now, the grand finale, though. Kareem Maine.
Oh, yes.
He's a beast, man. Even though he's, two-way contract with Orlando, which won the G League championship. Congrats to them. That's what I'm saying. Kareem Maine, that's the future right there, bro. That's the future.
And again, another sleeper. Another sleeper, but we all know this kid's going to hustle. Yeah. He's been hustling, and he's going to continue to hustle. And before you know it, we're having the same conversations we're having about Kim, we're having about Chris, we're having about Lou, and all the other Canadians out there in the league that are playing. We'll be talking about Kareem, you know what I mean? Because first of all, when I saw his videos, I'm like, dang, that's here? Like,
nice. That's what I'm saying.
Here?
Yeah.
Man.
That's what I'm saying. And dude, come on, you got to give credit coming straight from our college. Straight from our college, not even going to the States. Talk about changing the narrative, the game, and everything.
You see, that's where my question makes a lot of sense about NCAA and coming north of the border. Now, if he was here, would it have made a difference? I don't know. We don't know if it would have, but it might have helped even a lot more. But the fact that he said, I'm not going to the U.S., I ain't going overseas.
Exactly.
I'm taking my chances. I think a lot more people should do that. And I'm not just saying here in Montreal, I'm talking about in general. If you feel you have the talent, especially since the G League now is really an up-and-coming thing in trying to get to that next level of being in the NBA, which I think was long overdue. Hockey has it. Baseball has it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why didn't the NBA have it? Like, the NFL has it. It's called the CFL.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm lying.
That's messed up. No. Leave it. Yo, shout out to the CFL, man. We rock with you, man. Hey, so many CFL players, talented, but just like with basketball, a lot of politics go into it.
For sure.
Especially when it comes to our Canadian players at that. If they don't know you, if they don't. Remember, a lot of these guys, they're following since high school. So when you're coming and then they look at your track record, for some reason, when they see Canadian players, it's not like basketball. They're a little bit behind where they finally see our talent and see our worth. So I'm just throwing that out there because there's some quality CFL players. It's just that a lot of times it's politics while they still end up over here.
I get you.
So I just had to give them a shout out, man. Just gotta give them a shout out. Give them their love.
Hey, do your thing, sir. But as I was saying, I think a lot more people. Getting back to what Kareem did, I think a lot more people should do that. I don't feel it's always, if you have the talent and the talent is there, I don't always feel you should have to go the college route, especially the U.S. college route, for a chance to make it.
Yeah.
You put your name in the draft, the worst thing that can happen, you don't get picked.
Exactly.
But once you put your name in the draft, you do open up eyes. People are like, okay, well, he put himself in the draft. Let's look at his tape. Let's do this. Okay, what's his next move? You know what? Let's see if he can, what he does in the summer leagues and in the G League. How does he handle there? And then from there, you can take off. Because the more people do that, the more the G League is also going to expand. Yeah. Don't forget, these guys in college now, especially now that because I think they're bringing back the whole, you can go from high school to the NBA. I don't think there's any more one and dones.
Not yet. Yeah, exactly.
It will happen again. Yeah. So, with that as that opportunity, which I never was a fan of them stopping it.
It made no sense. One and done.
I compare it to, and again, you want everybody to go to school and get a great education. Sometimes it's just not in the people's cards. You go to school, you finish high school, and bam, you go right into the work field. It should be any different going from high school into a professional sport, because a professional sport is your job. You're getting paid to do what you do best. So why can't I do it straight out of high school? Why do I have to go to college for a chance to play in the NBA? You see it every day. Some people finish high school and end up being CEOs of major Fortune 500.
No, 100%, exactly. No, and I agree with you. The thing is that a lot of people blame the NCAA for the one and done, but the NBA has a big part to do with it too, even though they're cutting them out now. But a lot of it was them getting all these young players that were underdeveloped and, you know, taking 2 to
Flopping
3,
out.
4 exactly just to get some playing time. And then plus kicking the older players out, which they were getting upset about because naturally, if you're bringing every single year, a bunch of kids in, some of these vets aren't going to get that extra year or 2 years that they wanted or needed. So it was a little bit bigger. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of the NCAA at all. But I'm just saying that a lot of times the NBA is taken off the hook when they actually were with them, as well as the NBDL or what are they? The NBPA, the NBPA, the players'
The players
union.
are such.
Yeah, they had a lot to do with it too for banning it because the older players, were not feeling it as much. But no, I agree with you, man. I think it's good. And when you look at history, there's been a lot more good players come straight out of high school than
Then there
flopped.
have been flops.
That it's just the facts of it. Like you can't tell me someone having between 6 to 10 years in the NBA, whether they played the bench or not, 6 to 10 years is a flop. That's crazy. So and majority have had that. So no, it's definitely. I think that they should definitely. I can't wait until they reinstate that. Yeah, because that'll be dope, man. There's a lot of, and the thing is with college too, a lot of times some great players get discouraged because they cannot, whether they keep their marks or other things going on in their lives, and that actually burns them out even before they get a real shot. And plus, there's so much politics too. Again, between coaches and all this stuff, it's better to cut out the middleman. Give these kids their money. They could always pay to go to college after, and yeah, no, it's really messed up what they've done to them. But that's the whole point, Mr. Kareem Maine, man. He definitely, hopefully, started a new trend, especially for Canada basketball. Definitely shout out Montreal basketball right there, because he changed the game, man. Definitely proud of him on that one.
Yeah, that was a big move. That was a really big move, and then enough respect for going that route. I can't knock it at all. I've been saying it for years. How come nobody does it? And as far as I know, I'm not gonna go and try looking in the archives and seeing if people have done it. I have no idea. But
they probably done it, but haven't gotten. They probably done it, but haven't gotten drafted or haven't gotten a contract. You know, so that's the thing. Just because you sign up for it or put your name in the lottery, don't mean that you're gonna get picked. And,
for sure.
But so there probably have been, but there probably hasn't been nobody with that level of talent where it just can't go unnoticed. Like if they did not pick him, everyone was going to be like, I know I was freaking out when I saw that he didn't get drafted even in the second round. I was like,
exactly.
After the fact,
and even then, there were some analysts who were like, I don't understand how you guys not one team he didn't even get the last pick. Like the kid is good.
That's what I'm saying.
See it, you know what I mean? But hey, again, sometimes it works out better for some of these guys. It's additional motivation.
Yeah,
it's going to keep them hungry to work, and we've seen it happen. Like, look at Agent Zero.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Look at a lot of these guys who come out of this either in the second round or undrafted and are playing top quality ball now on any random team. It's happening more and more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look at Draymond Green. I'm just saying though, he remembers every single player that they picked before him, and so. Again, it should make a lot of these players hungrier, but you could tell with Kareem that he just has that mentality. Like he wants
focus, man.
Anybody that's going to take that chance, they want it, bro. Like so, I'm looking forward to a lot of big things, and I don't mind them. I wish they gave him more opportunity, but I also don't mind them taking their time with him. So as long as they just keep that faith and keep pushing him, I think it'll be dope.
It's actually very inspirational. I think I might drop my name into the next draft. What you think?
Hey, why not? Why not, bro? I'm cool, man. I'm cool with that. I'll be cheering you up. We go to the draft. Hopefully they invite us there. You know what I mean? We'll go in.
It might be a Zoom meeting still. Who knows? But
No, I want to go.
As long as you get invited.
I want to go there. I want to be able to I want you to shake the commissioner's hand, and I want to be wearing like some 2003 suits. You know what I mean? Yes. Some joints like boom, boom. Well, not like boom, boom.
Hanging at the edge of the fingers. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I want to be
shoulders long. Yeah.
Bring it back. I want to bring it back.
All
And
right, cool. So,
yeah,
all right, so we're gonna make that my mission. Is I'm gonna enter the draft,
yeah, yeah.
which means I need to start working on my game
You
a
better take
lot.
out that play school rim that you said.
It's right there, staring at me too. It's taunting
ball,
me.
ball
Yeah.
out, my guy. Ball out.
All right, I'm gonna start. You think I'm joking? I'm gonna start making some videos. We're gonna see.
All right,
Start
man.
crossing up people left, right, and center.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna be in the draft. Yo, Kareem, it's because of you. If I make it, it's because of you.
All
If
right.
I don't make it, it's because I suck. I can't even lie.
Kareem was like, "Don't put that on me." Don't you put that on me? But no, definitely, man.
Yeah.
This is the Fellaz Sports Talk podcast. I'm your host Trey,
And I'm Nappy.
and remember, like, share, and subscribe. If you have any comments or anything you want to hear us speak about, feel free to leave a comment. We read all the comments, and if we think it is a good enough topic, we might talk about it. So
For sure. You want to hear from you guys, you know what I mean?
exactly. So other than that, we out here in these streets.
Peace.